Hey friends, welcome back to the LV Parents Podcast. We are continuing our series on what does it mean to live in this phase of your child's development. Today, we're going to be unpacking the elementary phase, or maybe you like to call it watch me phase, or the stop copying me phase, or can I have more screen time please phase. Now, as a parent, you've heard it's just a phase at least once, and usually the word phase in a sense means a season or stage that a kid is in that we look forward to actually being over. It's kind of like we're all saying it's just a phase, but don't worry, it'll be over soon. But what if we are missing the best part? What if each stage of development is actually an opportunity and not just an obstacle that's in a kid's life? Well, let's start by redefining the word phase. We define phase as a specific time frame in a kid's life where you can leverage distinctive opportunities to influence their future. Now, whether you have a tiny kindergartner or a fun-loving second grader or an independent almost middle schooler, we want you to know that this elementary phase is awesome because there's distinct opportunities you have in those preschool years, in those elementary school years, and middle school years, and the high school years, because your kids are developing and their brains are forming unique ways. And then during each phase, we have the opportunity to influence our kids' future in a unique way. That's why in this episode, we're going to unpack the unique nature of the elementary school phase. Now, if you have an elementary schooler in your house, you may notice that they turn everything into a competition, are extra curious about what you're doing, and they laugh at everything, especially at bathroom humor, which is kind of gross. But that's because they're kids. Elementary age kids, they don't think like middle schoolers, and they don't think like preschoolers. They're unique, and as a parent or caregiver, we have the opportunity to meet them exactly where they're at. You see, kids ages 2 to 7 are in what's called the pre-operational stage of brain development. That means new connections are happening very quickly, and they're developing really key skills like focusing their attention and logic and reasoning and language. And then after age 7, elementary schoolers enter the concrete operational stage of development. And at this point, they're really helpful skills like applying logic in objects outside themselves. Here's an example. If I turn over a cup of juice, it makes a big mess, or recognizing the feelings of others. Those are new things for these kids. And that means between kindergarten and 5th grade, your elementary schooler is undergoing some major brain construction. And as parents, we have a new opportunity each day to engage their interests and encourage their development in their brain to help them grow in healthy ways. So today, I want to focus on 2 big ideas. The first one is that elementary schoolers, they think like scientists. Basically, what that means is they understand the words through concrete evidence that they can test. It also means that kids in this phase discover how things work through repetition and clear application. And like scientists, they learn best when they can observe how something works in their everyday world. Maybe at your house, that means they watch way too much YouTube or of other kids doing projects to see how they mix different kinds of foods together and see what it tastes like. Or maybe it means they experiment with playing with their favorite games with new rules. No matter what it is, elementary schoolers think like scientists. They're always testing ideas to learn more. All right, here's another big idea. Elementary schoolers are motivated by fun. That means their brains are wired to learn best when they're playing and having fun. So if you want them to remember something, try to make it into a game. In addition to making things fun, there are a few other ways you can engage your elementary school's interest. First, you could be interested in the things that they're interested in. Okay, maybe Pokemon or Roblox aren't your go-to entertainment, but by taking interest, you let your elementary schooler know what matters to them matters to you. And even better than taking an interest, let them teach you a new skill. Are they better at using iPad? Well, ask them to be your teacher. And finally, invite your elementary schooler into things that you're already doing. Let them help cook dinner or hang out with you while you fix the car because they see the world as a scientist. Everyday situations are a science lab where they can learn. Now, as parents and caregivers, it's important to build a community of other adults who will show up consistently and engage in the interests of your elementary age child. So find a faith community that makes things fun and values putting consistent leaders in your kid's life. You only have 52 weeks of knowing your 2nd or 3rd or 4th grader at this phase before they move on to the next stage of development. So make each week count. And remember, it's just a phase, so don't miss it.